city, no drama. I'm sick of that drama. I'm sick of that drama, yeah. I'm sick of that drama. I'm sick of that drama, yeah. We need 50,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to a $500,000, a $500,000 to $1 million. A million man march, we can save the children. I'm sick of that drama. I'm sick of that drama, yeah. I'm sick of that drama. I'm sick of that drama, yeah. We need 50,000 to 100,000, 100,000 to a $500,000, a $500,000 to $1 million.
Real life street stars. We in here with Ken Mack, man. What's up with it, bro?
Oh, what's up with it, man? You know, it's a blessing to be here with the Real Life Street Stars. You know, I appreciate y'all having me on the show today.
Ready, man. Tell us, man, where you from, bro?
You know, it's a little place called Fort Worth City, man. It's outside of Dallas or inside Dallas, whatever you want to call it. But Fort Worth City, the funky town, Texas, man. That's where I reside, man. That's me.
How long you been rapping?
Oh, man, been rapping about 8 years now, man. You know, started out with typical group. You know how everything started out with a group. So it was like me, four of my cousins or whatever. And we started a group, so we was called TGB or whatever. So it was at the time where the, you know, nerd glasses, geek glasses, everything. The movement was kind of out, you know what I'm saying? So we was like Texas Geek Boys. That's what we called ourselves. But, you know, we started out from there, and then it just kind of, you know, growing into like what I am now. So, you know, groups, you know, don't really last too long. You know, you got 5 people. You got 5 different, you know, opinions. You got 5 different, you know, performances. You got 5 different, like, attitudes, everything. So it just kind of went from there and just kind of, you know, venture out to do my own thing, man.
Tell us some of the producers you're working with.
Right now, I have like a kind of, you know, a kind of in-house producer, Juneboy Beats. Like I said, he was in the group with us, so it's part of like my family. So he makes pretty much kind of like all my beats or whatever he produces or whatnot. But like I say, right now on this album, I kind of venture off to you know, a couple more producers or whatever that I got off, you know, SoundClick or something like that. Because like I say, this is more just like, it's called On Me. So this is just more of me giving myself, just showing the growth of where I came from. You know what I'm saying, from being in the group, for dropping my first mixtape that was called Daydreams, that, you know, I was pretty much had a lot of features on there, a lot of other people that was on the mixtape with me. So this one is more like myself, On Me. So it's just something, you know, that I just want to give out to people because I'm just so ready to kind of be heard, you know, like the growth of what I got going. So I actually came from a little taper fade to, like, you know, growing my hair out just to show a different side of myself. So that's kind of where we at with that.
Me, that's an interesting name. How'd you come up with that?
Really I just came out after, like I said, after my first mixtape, Daydreams dropped or whatnot. I started this whole, you know, positive movement thing because I wanted to do more than music, because, you know, hip hop is supposed to be like a lifestyle or whatnot. So I didn't want to like get on or try to get on and try to get back to my community. So I had this thing that was going that I call a positive movement. And what it was is that, you know, I was doing my music, but at the same time I was doing entertainment and doing things. I did my first event I had was a back to school haircut for the kids and, you know, on the east side of Fort Worth. So what we did, we bought supplies, we bought barbecue, we bought food, and we paid, you know, got the barbers to like cut, you know, all the kids up. About, I think we did like 100-some kids that day for the weekend for free, you know. So I did some stuff like that. I did a Stop the Violence basketball tournament like in May or in March, I mean, and it was a good event, you know. So people get caught up in these things where they say it's kind of like, it's like no different kind of from church, you know what I'm saying, because people want to label you as like, well, I thought you was positive movement. I thought you was like, you know, you was this like savior or whatnot, or this dude that don't make any mistakes, because, you know, that's how they was looking at it, because I was doing that thing. So they kind of put me close to like with church, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of like hurt me, you know, in a sense, because like people would text like, you out the club, how you got a drink in your hand, that's not positive, or your partner, you know, smoking trees, that's not positive. So I kept catching a lot of feedback on it. And all I was trying to do was like, this was more like a community thing, you know, trying to get to the community to save young kids, to try to get them off the streets, you know, stuff like that. So I just came to a point where I had to like look at myself and say, I'm going to be me at the end of the day. Like, I'm going to be myself. The thing was, it was a positive vibe, basically. It wasn't like I was saying I was church and holy, sanctified, nothing like that. I'm saying it was a positive movement. So we were trying to create some positive, feedback from people in the city. So I just caught a lot of flack about it. So I told myself, I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be myself.
Has that deterred you from doing what you do, helping out in the community?
No, definitely not. Because the reason why it can't deteriorate because I have a son that's 5, right? So I have to make sure that I'm able to take care of him, in a sense, and not just him. Like I look at my son as just any other kid that's from the streets, from wherever side they from. It's our job, to make sure that we give them all the knowledge and all the things that they need, to be successful or whatnot. So I can't say that it's over with because it'll never be over with. I think that's our job as artists, as, basketball, football stars, whoever, coaches, whatever. It's our job to save, our people. So this album is more like, it's more of a refreshing of saying, hey, like this is what we need to do. We got cops killing kids in the street, but we saying we finna go turn up. We finna go, go to the club, watch booty shake, whatever we finna do. But we just said some kids just died. So they can be my son. They can be whoever else's son. So it's our job to make sure that we save them and show them that. Because I came from the same streets. I came from the same hood. So I'm saying my story is like really no different from yours. It's just that I made the decision that I want to finally turn some things around. So our job would never, ever be over, helping the community. I can never stop doing that.
What's your take on the rap beef in Fort Worth?
The rap beef, you talking about like the Yayo, Spud Boom, and stuff like that. I think it's all publicity, for my sake, because I don't really think that it's like real actual beef, because these dudes been seen like in videos together, maybe one part 2 and the one in another part, and they done been at clubs together. So I don't really think it's like real beef. I think it was more for promotion, kind of, whatever. Let's do this. I'm gonna make a diss song about you. I'm gonna get a guy that have Prank to shoot the video, and because the guy shot both people videos. So I think it was more like publicity or something like that. I don't think it was just real beef. But like I say, I don't want, as my perspective, I don't want to be forward to be known as that. Just like say, like the guy Sick that just left, I'm kind of in that same lane that I'm tired of hearing the trap. I'm tired of hearing the same, I got them bricks. I'm tired of hearing skirt. Like I'm tired of hearing like the whole thing, because it's like, like when did bricks become that available? You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, if somebody was selling drugs like back in the day, if you was younger, you didn't want to know that. You didn't know who the plug. You didn't want to know who the plug was. But now everybody the plug. You know what I mean? So it's like when you hear it, it's kind of like you don't want your city, even Dallas, whatever. Like you don't want to be known for that. You want to be able to be original, because that's what hip hop is supposed to be.
You speak a lot about originality. I like that. So what mode do you have to be in, or what's your process when you get ready to go in the studio and make that song?
My process is I'm a hip hop fan. So the greatest storyteller alive that was alive to me was like Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Because how he was able to like break a track down, but he was able to give you a 16, but he was able to give you a whole story in the 16. He'll start out, came to the crib, with the chick. Then he'll end it with, like, he came away with $100,000. You be like, how did he do all that in the 16? So that's kind of like my lane. Like when I get in there, I want to make sure that I'll be able to keep people from the beginning to the end, of the song. So my main thing is make sure that I come in there, I deliver, because I'm my biggest critic. I'm telling you right now, like I do like 200 takes, on the verse, because I want to make sure that every word is said right, that my emotions is right, and that whatever I'm trying to do, I'm trying to reach the people. So my mindset is always to be great every time I go in that booth and do my thing.
Is there any artists that you would like to work with?
Just met one today, Young Sick. Whatever name is Young Sick? What is it? Lil Sick. I'm sorry, Lil Sick. He's nice. He's more like kind of my lane. Like I said, my fam, J.O., I got on this one, on the I Me, I got a song with him. Dun Slim, he's out of Fort Worth. That's my fam. Other than that, probably nobody, because I have a different lane, So I'm not going to, I just can't jump on the track, because I got to see what you're talking about. Because if it's anything like I just said, skirt, brick, like trap city, like, we in two different. I'm just saying that's just we in two different lanes. So I don't know how I can like approach that kind of track because that's not me. I didn't come from that. So at the end of the day, like I just got to make sure I watch like who I'm hanging around with, what I got going, what they got going, because everything, like you say, is about a brand and a name and how you want to be looked at and how you want to be, taken serious. Like I don't want nobody to look at me like I'm just trying to get on the track with anybody, because when I get on the track, it's a message. It's all about a message. It's all about a message. It's never to like, outdo this person or talk about something that I can't live or I never lived before. It's a message, man, because I'm just here to save, like say, the people, man, and help our people out.
So what's more important to you, bars or realism?
Kind of go to me, hand in hand, but realism is probably the main thing, man, because if you ain't being real, then who want to be with a bunch of fake people? You know what I'm saying? Who want to live like, or who want to be associated with fake people? Because you will want somebody to be real with you at all times. So, you got Kanye, he dropped, say, real friends, right? Like where they at? How many of us have them? So you need somebody that's not going to always like tell you the truth. You need somebody that's going to tell you like, bro, stop lying. You need somebody to tell you like you don't live that life, or you need somebody to tell you, hey, that's not you, bro. You don't have to do that to fit in or be cool. Like you can be yourself. That's what I'm is like you can be yourself and you can be respected. Like I'm a person like I don't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I might sip me something, but that ain't my main thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm cool to be around smokers and still be respected and be good. Nobody look at me and down, look down on me because, I don't do what they do. But I'm still respected. I'm still good at everywhere I go. So just be yourself, man. So realism is everything at the end of the day.
So the music that you make, would you feel comfortable letting your son listen to it?
Yeah. And really, like I say, it's the different parts that make a lot of different pieces that make up the album. Because when you think of I'm me, like I said, I have a son. So these days you don't know like when your time is coming. So I can only pray that if I was able to like ever like be gone, that my son could pop this in and he can hear that my daddy, like I made these songs for him. You know what I'm saying? That I want you to be great, that I want you to be yourself, that you can be you and still be respected. You can still listen to, like, because I don't want nobody else telling him nothing. If I let him hear to anything else around here, like my son is done. You know what I'm saying? Like he's done, like he's finished. So my thing is to make sure that I leave something for him, because you never know when your time is coming. So this album is really like for him, you know what I'm saying, and my nieces and my nephews, because I'm talking about some stuff on here that nobody ever really talks about. We don't talk about, cops killing kids, or we don't talk about young girls that, what I'm saying, that think that they can make it, everybody have a struggle, but my thing is you can always get out of that. That's not your only alternative, like, is to strip. Nah, bro, you better than that. If you got to get your money, but always be looking to better yourself and always be yourself at the end of the day, because a lot of people suicide, killing themselves because people not accepting them. No, just be yourself. It's a lot more stressful, I promise you.
With the lane you be in, I know it's the road less traveled. Has there ever been a point where you've been like, I'm gonna just drop it, or I'm gonna just flip it up like this for a minute and then get back to what I want to get to?
With the music, yeah, because like I say, when you're in a different lane, you don't get a lot of respect, or you don't get them sounds or them spins, because it ain't what a DJ, A&R, or whoever promoter want to hear. So it kind of kills you inside, because it's like, I never probably ever be heard, but I never really, I had to like understand that I never really do stuff for people anyway. I'm doing this for a purpose for myself or whatever. So at the end of the day, like I always like, even when I get in that feeling, I feel like that, I have like, people in my life that's able to like speak back into me like, nah, man, like you dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for me to tell myself that I'm dope. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard for me to take credit. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tell me like, man, you was dope, like that's good. Like I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like to to have that, you know what I'm saying? So it takes people in my life to like really tell me like, bro, no, you good, like you dope, you sick, like bro, I want to hear some more of your stuff, like please, bro, like continue to go. So at the end of the day, like I pick it back up, but it's like I say, I it's been times where I want to give it up, but I know it's a bigger purpose, man.
Is there anything in besides hip hop that you want to touch on?
Pop, man, like pop, you know what I'm saying? I think it's different. I think a lot of people. I think it sells pretty good, also too. You know, so I just like pop because I you know Michael Jackson or whatnot, whatever, you know, the pop king and stuff like that. So I love entertainment, man. That's my biggest thing. Like my biggest thing is entertainment. Like I did a showcase, a live band showcase like 2 years ago when I first did my album, man, and I mean, entertainment is everything. So, pop really get it in, man. Little Pitbull, that Taco Bell, saying Pitbull, my people like that. But, yeah, man, pop would probably be, one of my things that I do. Like I said, I like jazz, too. I like jazz, and I like the old school rock and roll, man. So like the B.B. King and some stuff like that, man. Back in the day like that. So, but, my second thing probably be pop, man.
The Powerball was just 1.5 billion. If you'd have had that ticket in your hand, what's the first thing you'd have bought?
I think if the ticket was in my hand, first of all, I'd probably been shocked for about 3 days. I'm telling you, like I don't know, like what you gonna do? Like I'm shocked for like 3 days. Like I'm calling, like you sure it was 17, 18? Because I'm trying to make sure. Because with the internet, man, the internet, like anybody can print a ticket out. And you be like, is that the ticket? And it don't be the ticket. So first I'm being shocked about 3 days, but man, after that, and I come back, man, I'm gonna do my thing, probably go on a trip or something like that. But I'm gonna definitely come back to the hood, man, and build some rec centers because, man, we don't even have those no more. We used to have recreation centers where you can just go in and play ball like all day. Now they close. You don't have no recs open. So if you're gonna have anything open for the community, what's left to do? Rob, steal, kill, jack. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get that money. You have to put it back in your community. And it's not always about, get the recognition off of it. You just know that it needs to be done. So if I had the money, I mean, I'm gonna do my thing because I got to do whatever that is. And then, I'm gonna make sure, man, I build a couple of community centers, man, where we can really help the youth at because they so lost, man. Like they're lost for real. And we have to like save our people. So that's probably what I'll do, man.
So what would you tell a young and up-and-coming artist? What advice would you give them right now?
Like I said, first of all, I make sure that they're, to tell them that, to make sure that this is what you want because, like I said, you have a lot of hardships when you're trying to do music and you're trying to really do something because you got to make people believe in you first, and that's the hardest thing because, I mean, right now you could say, like, how many rappers is it in Dallas Fort Worth? It's probably 1 million. Like, it's probably that many because people think that rap is just anything. Like, you can make any song up. It don't have to have any value. It don't have to make any sense. All I need is a live hook, and then you got a song. But it's more than that song. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to make sure that your fans can follow what you got going. You want to make sure that, like I said, they believe in you, that they're going to, really take care of you. But you have to make sure that you put that work in. You can't just give them, like, a CD and say, check me out. It don't have no name on it. I don't know where to book you. I don't know, like, do you got any social media sites? You got a website? So you want to make sure that you be prepared and that you make sure that you take this ride because it's a long ride and it's going to hurt because, a lot of people don't believe in rappers no more. And I don't call myself a rapper. I'm an artist because that's what I make. Like, when I get in here and I write, I make sure that I'm writing to, to help people, to save people, to talk about my life and my struggles and my situations and be able to give people. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure, I tell them that you want to be authentic, you want to be real, and you want to be, for sure that this is what you want because it can get ugly.
Where you see yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years, I see myself, man, probably somewhere in Amsterdam or something, like doing a show, probably about 50,000 people or something like that, rocking, my line. I got a little clothing line, Fresh 55.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah. This little F55. It's a new line that we're coming out of my squad, Rich Dreams. That's the that's the name of my movement or whatever. It's called Rich Dreams. And what it's about, it's not about money. It's not about fame. It's not about fashion. It's about your dreams and enrichment. You know, it's just being a better person all the way around. If you have kids, you know, want to be a better father, like that's a rich dreams. You know, if you want to, you know, play sports or be, you know what I'm saying, I don't care, NASCAR driver, whatever your dream is, and you want to enrich on that, you know, so you don't never want to let the dream die, because that's what we preach. You never let the dream die. So this Fresh 55, you'll probably be seeing that, like, you know, somewhere like, you know, close to like spring, summer, something like that. We have some stuff like that out. Like I said, we had a Rich Dream apparel that we have coming in. I also have the I'm Me that's a part of the Fresh 55 line. So Fresh 55, for people that want to know, it's kind of like you know, an old style with a new look. So that's what Fresh 55 is, old style, new look. And like I say, we'll be coming like spring, you know, summer with the Fresh 55.
Yeah, we need a whole box of that. You hand a person that I'm Me tape, they going through some, what's the song that's going to save their life?
One of my favorites, man, is that'll save their life is called Reality Check. And it's a reality check because we all need it. Like, we see reality TV, we see, you know, the stars, we see celebrities, we see all these things, but we think that all that stuff is you know, handed out, is given to us. We think that all of that stuff is you know, real, and it's not. So, you know, Reality Check is my first one that I think people can see and understand, like, you know, to wake up and kind of see the world and see, you know, for what it really is, because it don't matter that you have the money or the fame or whatnot. Like, you still need a reality check, because, especially if you just spend all your rent money on the Powerball check. You need a reality check, bro. You need a reality check, because now, you know, you spent all that money, and now you out here talking about I'm selling these stamps for $250. You know what I'm saying? Because you need a reality check. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to put things in perspective, man. So reality check is my main one, man. I think that's gonna help the people out, man, because that's what we need.
Got any shout outs?
Shout out, man, to Fort Worth City, man, the whole funk. Like I said, we're looking good. Shout out to my manager, man, 100. He over there in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's my main dude, man, because without him, man, I wouldn't even be here. I ain't gonna lie to you, because there's so many times, like you say, quitting and want to give up, but he see like the great in me, and that makes me just go harder and not quit. So that's why we're here today. That's why this I'm Me project is about to drop. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to 100, man. Rich Dreams 100 in the back, man. That's my boy right there, my ace one. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, like just the whole city, man. Like, we looking good right now, but it's time for some real music to, like, on my end, like, it's time for real music to, like, be heard and respected. And I know it's gonna be hard, but I got about 12 hot singles on there, man, when it come out, like, that I think is gonna be amazing, because, like I said, I've been working on it for about a year, man. I'm my hardest critic, man. So even when I want to put it out, I don't, because I want to preserve it and make sure that it's right at the right time. And right now, with the CD looking how it is, it's the right time, man. So shout out to everybody, man.
If anybody want to contact you for features or shows, how they get at you?
You can contact me, man, at you know what I'm saying, on my Facebook. You know, I'm on there, Ken Mack. That's Ken Mack on Facebook. On Instagram, that's KD the Don 25. And on Twitter, official KD the Don. And for booking info, it'll be all on there on the site, because I'm not for sure the number. I don't want to give my number out. But it's a different number on there. But it'll be on the website. And my website, that's www.wearerichdreams.com. That's the website. You can definitely book me on there, and we have apparel on there, so you can check out all the Rich Dreams, the hoodies, the Fresh 55, all that stuff will be on there shortly. So check us out also on YouTube. We got a YouTube channel, Rich Dreams. The S is with a $ TV. We got about 50 videos on there, man. So, you know, check us out on the Rich Dream channel, man. And like I say, you'll be able to find us, man. You'll be wanting to book Ken Mack here in a little bit, man. I'm telling you.
Well, we thank you for coming through, sir. Ken Mack, you are a street star. We salute you.
Salute.